whether you leave or either take action against you, call enforcement to take care of you.
Yeah, that's fine. You can call them. That way, you know, they can just get a quick... Right.
This is a secure area, marked or not. If we come up with a violation of law, you may be arrested. I'm not trying to do that.
Ma'am, what's your name?
Please don't come in here. Can you step away? I asked you more than once not to film it.
What's your name?
This is a private building. You're making people very uncomfortable.
Who am I?
At this point, this is a verbal trespass. We're going to have to ask you to leave. If you refuse, which you might well, we'll just call CPD and you'll just end up waiting here until everything.
May I have your name?
I will not be answering any questions.
May I have your
However,
name?
At this time, you are trespassing.
Do you work for the public?
I am not a law enforcement officer.
Okay.
Your name and badge number.
Why are you recording?
What's your name and badge number?
It's right there. Why are you recording?
How do you spell that? R-I-T-E or R-I-G-H-T?
Never believe your right to record can be taken away without a damn good reason. Today we're diving into some tense encounters where officers try to kick people out just for exercising their lawful right to film. The arguments heat up fast, and you won't stop thinking about how law and civil liberties get tossed aside in these moments. Let's check it out and see what's really going on. Looking at a police car in public, a citizen gets threatened with a taser. So,
inside the car.
You're pulling your taser on me?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Back up.
You're pulling your taser
Back
on me for standing
up.
next to a car?
Yes. Back
Dude,
up.
close it.
before we get into the video, there's one crucial legal principle I want to share. The plain view doctrine. This allows officers to seize evidence without a warrant if it's clearly visible from a public spot. Likewise, you can look into a police car if it's parked in a public area, and that's protected under the First Amendment. A citizen in Coal Valley, Illinois was doing exactly that, observing a police car while they were on duty. But guess what? You know, he got greeted by a taser.
Hey, step away, dude.
No.
Why not?
I don't have to. I'm on a public road, dude. You're on me?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Back up.
You're pulling your taser
Back
on me for standing
up.
next to a car?
Yes. Back
Dude,
up.
close it. Dude, I'm on public property. I'm recording. It's legal. Taser on me for standing next to a car. Hey, what's your name and badge number?
Gomez, 5193.
Your name, badge number? No, I don't want your business card. Nope.
You want it?
Why you pull your taser on me for standing next to a car?
Dude,
I don't have to,
they
dude.
have information.
No, I don't. To protect it, not me.
Listen, why are you walking up to the squad car? That's the
Is
thing.
it illegal?
No,
No, it's not, dude. Balls. It is not illegal for me to stand here
teach you something.
and do this.
I have the reasonable suspicion that you're trying to do something suspicious to city to go.
It's not going to go anywhere. No, the judge is going to throw it away, dude.
I don't think so because that's the law.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Looking in a police car.
For you
That's
to-
not reasonable because I'm
Yes,
looking
it
in your
is.
car. I'm committed.
A
Dude,
random stranger walks
Dude,
up to your car.
it's-
walks up to your car. What do you think they're doing?
it's 2024,
Answer
dude.
my question.
You don't have
Answer my
YouTube?
question.
No, you don't have
Answer,
YouTube?
then we're done.
Please, want them? No.
I don't do it.
No. I'll back up because I'm not going to intervene. Y'all intervene with me. I didn't say nothing to y'all. Property. No, it's not.
Do you own this?
The taxpayers own it.
Do you,
The taxpayers own it. Yes. Just like they pay you.
so
So act like it. I didn't break any law. I didn't do nothing illegal. The onus is on you to hide the information, not me. Yep. Really go study. Because when you arrest me for that, he just pulled a taser on me for standing next to a vehicle. It's unreasonable to pull a taser on somebody that's standing next to a vehicle. Don't have to. No, I don't. Authority over a law-abiding citizen. No, I don't have to look it up. I know it, dude. I know it. Hey, when y'all do arrest me, you'll see. Yeah, go fuck yourself. How about that?
720 Illinois compiled statutes 5/7-5 is the statute that governs use of force by law enforcement. According to this law, officers can only use force if they believe there's a real threat of serious harm, or if force is necessary to carry out a lawful arrest. In this case, no one was threatening the officer's safety. There was no lawful arrest happening, so pulling out a taser? That's clearly an overreaction with no legal grounds, and it could absolutely turn into a lawsuit if the citizen chooses to fight back. First Amendment audit at a Pinellas County government office. Officers demand an illegal search, even though no crime happened.
Then take your hand in your pocket.
Come on, man,
This
I'm
is
not...
where we're gonna draw a line. Take your hand in your pocket. I'm gonna
What?
pat you down for safety.
Okay.
Just do me a favor, or empty your pockets. Brother.
This happened at the Pinellas County Supervisor of Elections Office, Florida. A citizen showed up to check out public areas with a clear goal, record in legal spaces to promote transparency and respect for civil rights. But just minutes after he arrived, a few employees got uncomfortable, started grilling him about why he's filming, and quickly called security.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Okay.
How you doing?
You can leave from here. This is a supervisor of election.
Yeah, it's
So about public, you go outside.
there's an officer right there if you want to grab. So yeah, this is public. So I know not to go like where we just were, because they're not open to the public. But this is all open to the public. So I make sure that I stay within my. So I'm just get some B-roll footage here of the supervisor of elections, which is funded by our taxes. That's how I know I'm able to be here. I'm just
You call me to come and check you and to ask.
Yeah, you know who I am. Or, you know,
Your
we met. You know, I'm not a threat.
Okay, that's only I'm asking.
I'll be out here in a little bit.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
I'm not going to wait. Give you time to wait. You see, I take action against you. Call enforcement to take care of you.
Yeah, that's fine. You can call them that way. Yeah, that's fine. You can call the law enforcement officers. They just were called on me at the city hall, and then I explained to them what I was doing. They were like, "Oh, you can film anywhere that's public."
Well, that's the situation. This is the Pinellas County Supervisor of Election.
The county. It's county taxes, so this is just as public
What
as.
you here for?
So I'm for so like B-roll footage and some it's kind of like a documentary in a sense.
You can't get a manager or permission of somebody else. This is not of something like spy. You see.
I'm not here to interview. Just to clarify, I'm not here to interview anybody.
I see something like that.
Yeah.
It happened.
This is the first time?
Yeah, this is the first time. I
Oh,
never see something.
if no hard feelings. If you want to verify real quick with the, I saw an officer just walk by. If you want to ask him, he'll tell you what I'm doing is perfectly legal.
Anyway, I'm telling you.
Yeah. I understand. You got to observe and report. That's your job.
The only thing what I'm asking you.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. All right. Cool. Oh, I'm not going to go in there. Yeah.
No,
So, this is a hallway right here.
no, but you're not allowed back here. You're behind my desk here. You're not allowed.
Along the hallway here. This is a corridor. There's no signs or anything. I'm okay. I'm not going to do anything I'm not supposed to do. See, like right there, you got employees only sign. I can't go in there, obviously. And that's a break room.
You're gonna have to move.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Who?
Dustin Chase.
Dustin Chase. Okay. Hey, Dustin, can you hear me?
Deputy Supervisor of Elections.
Okay.
And you create an area of our building behind people's desks.
Oh no, I'm not going behind the desk. I'm just staying in the hallway.
You're not allowed to be into the lobby area.
Lobby area out here.
Well, I mean, there's no signage or anything that says it's restricted.
But this is.
We have
Yeah.
people have personally identifying information on the computer screen, and our staff is processing petitions. We need to ask you to leave.
I understand that, Dustin. I'm not trying to get anybody's personal information.
It doesn't matter, sir. We have a
Yeah, absolutely. You do. I agree with that. I'm not going to give you guys any problems. I'm just taking pictures. I'm just taking pictures of the areas.
little area. You're perfectly allowed to be in our facility there. You're just not allowed to be where you're standing.
Well, this is a hallway, though.
At first, they said the citizen wasn't allowed to be there and told him to leave. Then they changed their story, saying he could record, but only in the areas they chose. I mean, since when do government employees get to treat our rights like some kind of personal preference? In a public building, there's no such thing as a private area unless it's clearly and legally marked. After arguing about where he could stand, they called the cops. And that's when things escalated.
Dustin?
Hey, how are you?
Fantastic.
Yes.
So, hi there. My name's Dustin Chase. I'm the Deputy Supervisor of Elections. People have a right to come in and film inside of our office. We don't have a problem with that. Sure. What we have a problem
problem with right now is an area that is very close to and within view of protected information on employee screens, servers.
Okay.
So we've asked him to move from where he's standing now into the more central lobby area.
Okay.
Clearly refuses to do that.
I'll let him finish and I'll, yeah. So yeah, this is all public as well.
Header 33549.
I'm Zach, nice to meet you. So yeah, this is the, like, so yeah, this is the lobby area, corridor.
You see what I'm saying?
Say again?
So he's describing it as different than that. This lady has sensitive information on her screen when she's working. The lobby area, this is, even though there's no physical barriers, he's describing to me as the supervisor of the building.
Yeah.
That is the lobby.
I understand what he's saying, but I'm saying he needs to have label this as a restricted area or have it blocked off or create privacy. So I'm not getting anything, but I was saying they just need to put something here, create some privacy here. This is considered, technically speaking, this is sorry?
Who gets to decide that?
Well, it's a limit,
If the
yeah.
supervisor is telling you that this is a secure area,
Yeah.
and they're trying to tell you that this is maybe, you know, I get what you're trying to do, but maybe
Right.
you should just move into the lobby area and sit there and film all you want.
I will, yeah, I'm just,
But what I'm
yeah.
asking you to do is because it needs to be.
Oh, well, right.
All I'm asking you is, he's asking me to ask you to move into this area. Because if we can rule that this is for trespassing, because you're being asked by the supervisor to leave this particular area where you're standing and stand happily over here. We're all gonna make a decision here, but he's describing to me as a supervisor of this building.
Right.
This is a secure area, marked or not. You may be arrested. I'm not trying to do that today.
No, I
All I'm
understand
trying
that's
to do
not
is-
what you're probably trying to do, but
They called me. What's the problem? He described to me. Film and do whatever you want. But they are describing this as a private area.
Yes.
Marked or not. What's your answer?
So
Just
what
so
I-
I know when my sergeant gets here.
what I agree
How
with
we're
you,
gonna go.
what I agree with you on is that it's a limited public for employees versus what is, you know, assuming there is actually no members of the public going back into an area, because, you know, as soon as someone are restricted.
Sure.
So what they're supposed to do their due diligence, they have to have the signage be done in advance. They can't do it on the fly. They can't do it in real time. Okay. Now, after I leave, if they want to put a sign up and something across here, they can certainly do that. They have to do this stuff, make those decisions in advance. They can't do it on the fly. So I agree with you. They can make their own rules and regulations. To be straight with you, like, I'm not trying to give you a hard time. You seem like a nice guy. I'm just, you know, if what happens today, if you guys, you know, Zach here, whatever he's doing, he's within the confines of the law. He's not breaking any laws. And once you guys leave, I will leave. What was that?
What's your point then?
Well,
you just want to test the system to see what you can get away with. I get it.
No,
and I
I
don't
mean-
care. But my point is, he's asked you to move here. And you're not going to move into the lobby like requested by the supervisor or get his information on the phone.
I'm trying to negotiate as much as I can.
Or control this building. The guy who's a supervisor has told me that he feels like you're in a restricted area because of the sensitive nature of it. I've asked you nicely. He's described that to me.
Okay.
I've asked you to move into the lobby peacefully before my supervisor gets here or anything else happens. I'm aware of.
Okay.
Big heads above me will get involved since you're nonviolent and you're just kind of testing the water nicely. So, excuse me. If we find you're in violation, you may be arrested. I don't want to do that.
And I'll
so
be
you can
to
not
be
look at anything.
and to be
but
clear,
I just
yeah.
want to be clear to you.
And I'll be clear to you too.
I've already asked you nicely.
Oh yeah,
refused.
you have. No, I'm not refusing. I'm just. I'm
then
just.
you're not moving.
My point here.
Sure.
So I'm not refusing to leave. Forgot my point, what I was going to say. But when your supervisor gets here, or give me an ultimatum, you know, if it gets to that point, hopefully it doesn't. But if it gets to the point where it's like, okay, if you don't leave right now, you will be placed under arrest. I just want to be clear. Like, I'm not trying to get arrested. I'm not trying to get placed in handcuffs. But if it gets to that, I will leave. All you have to do is say, Zach,
You came into this building knowing it's government building, and your position is you feel like because there's no physical barriers or no signage that this is open to the public. Yes.
the lobby. I mean, it's just a big open area. You see what I'm saying?
Right, and then my contention is, what's his name? Yeah. What's his name? His contention is the supervisor of the building, that this is not private, right? So that's all.
I understand where he's coming
That's all
from.
on the open, right? But you understand that that's what he's saying. As we move through this process, you understand, like I said, you've been asked to move to the lobby. You're still standing in an area that he's described as secure. So, that being said, I've asked you nicely to move into the lobby and wait for my sergeant.
I'm
I'm
gonna
going to stand here because I'm not going to take action to
him.
up, and then whoever else needs to show up to help make this determination. But again, I just want it noted. I've described you what the supervisor of this building has said that this is not open to the public. You're acknowledging that, but we're still refusing to go to
for the supervisor to get here, and I'll talk to him. And if the route they want to take is they want to force me out of this area, then I will leave under threat of arrest. All right, cool. Hey, Sarge. Oh man. So yeah, it's just I got my keys. That's all.
You want me to pat you down for safety?
I don't consent to it. I mean,
take your hand in your pocket. I'm
Why?
gonna pat you down for safety.
Okay.
Just do me a favor, or empty your pockets in front of me, please.
I don't consent to it.
Okay, thank you.
It's just keys.
No, that's fair enough. That's for my safety and yours, and theirs. You understand that part?
You know I'm not a threat though. You can't go around patting
No, I
down.
don't know that.
Brother, if there was someone walking down the street, sidewalk, you can't go up to them and say,
I've
"Hey
been
man,
doing
can
this
you?"
24.5 years. I don't trust anybody until the contact is over.
I don't either.
I've seen a lot of stuff.
Hey,
Putting yourself in this
the
situation.
but the
I'm not putting myself in. I'm responding to a call for service. So you're choosing to do this. I'm choosing to do this job. Sure, I'm open in situations. So you put yourself in situations where you're dealing with adverse conditions.
I'm not upsetting anybody, man.
Well,
You see how polite? I'm very peaceful about what I
these
do.
girls are very upset about the situation. The gentleman on the phone is very upset. You might be exercising whatever rights you have, right? But it's upsetting to them because all they want to do is go back to their business. So that's what
I'm not keeping them from doing that.
You won't remove yourself from what they described as a private area. That's not open to the public, which again,
Well, we're talking about
you make a solid point of
like them being uncomfortable though. This cannot be seen as disruption. Price versus Garland. Smith versus Cummings says that we can observe our government within and
should also respect should also respect that the people who run the office say, yeah, it's not set up. I'm gonna go into an area that they've asked you not to be in, and then you just force the issue and cause the police to come, causes them to be uncomfortable. They're not used to this. It's uncomfortable, and you can't dictate what causes her to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, but we can't enforce feelings though. So I'm not saying you're enforcing feelings. I'm just saying whatever they want.
Feelings, we made a different situation.
Hey, Sarge.
Is there a direct supervisor on property?
Dustin Chase is on the phone. He's the
Deputy Supervisor of Elections.
Dustin?
Hello, sir. Service Cicada. How are you? So you know the service secretary, correct? Okay. So right now there is nothing. So right now there's nothing that we can tell this guy that he cannot be here.
I'll probably be out of here in like a couple minutes. So I'm not going to cause any further.
I get it. I said, they asked me to come here.
So would you like him to continue to be here, or would you like him to leave? Okay, all right. Thank you so much. All right. Information right here, so if you do not leave, you will be arrested.
Okay.
All right,
I'll talk to you out here. Could I just get your name, badge number? Ends here, right? Property?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool.
Sergeant Cicada.
And just so you know, I'm not trying to give you all a hard time or nothing. So, like what I heard you say at first, you know, there's nothing specifying that was restricted area.
Confidential information on the screen, and that they don't want that information to be disclosed to anyone. Hey, they're calling us on the way to make sure we're 10-4.
I understand that.
And that's why they want you to move from that area.
I understand that. From that building, if they
As
have
long
their,
as you're
if they have
in an
their
area
screens,
that has information that is private, just like you wouldn't want your information.
It's about, just so I understand correct, so you're saying it's because of the private information that is able to be
They
seen
cannot
from that
continue
area.
doing their job with confidential information.
Okay. My response to that would be, and I think this is reasonable, if you go into a city hall or somewhere that's open to the public, if I can...
If we're in that situation, then I would come and present that situation. With this, you're in a public area, but they were doing their normal stuff with you being right there, so that's why you had to leave that area.
I understand where that's coming from. I'm just saying, you know, it's the onus is on them to present trifle on anybody else's rights. They can put up I was telling him, they can put up a cubicle, they can put a sign that says no trespassing.
Then maybe because of what you just did, they might do that
next
in the
time I
future.
come by, it'll am I trespass from this building?
Just right now, just enough.
I could come back. I'm not coming back tomorrow, but if I could come back tomorrow. Is that correct?
And I have a feeling they're probably going to change the way things are done.
These officers, they're just emotional enforcers, nothing more. Even though they knew it was a public building and the spot where the citizens stood had zero restricted signage, Sergeant Sequeira still forced him to leave under threat of arrest, and his subordinate, Officer Deckert, Even worse, he kept saying the guy had to leave just because a supervisor said so, without citing a single law. If they care about privacy, they can put up dividers, signs that say restricted area, or redesign the workspace so sensitive info stays hidden. But violating our civil rights like this? That's not how it works. Another wild First Amendment audit, this time at a Chicago Housing Authority office. The citizen went there after hearing reports that a woman was threatened with eviction for exposing unsafe living conditions. He wanted to see how staff would respond when questioned, and if they'd respect the right to film. Here's how it went down.
Do you guys have a supervisor around? Is there a supervisor here? Do you have any kind of supervisor? I just wanted to see if I can speak with anyone here about an issue. Any? No, I'm not. That's the only way I can speak with someone. I have to call them, so no one can come down here and speak with me. No. Can I not film in here? Oh, are you a supervisor? No, that's not true.
Don't film me. I don't want to be filmed. I don't want to be in your camera.
If you're gonna be rude about it, then I'm gonna record everything, okay?
Something related to you some help.
I just had questions for any.
And somebody will come and check with you in a minute. But can you please point that camera elsewhere?
Ma'am, if you keep telling me to do that, then I'm not going to do that.
I'm asking you
Okay.
not to film me personally.
Okay.
Okay? So
All right.
can you please point that elsewhere?
Okay.
If you do, you have questions, you'll have to fill out the thing. Please turn that camera off, sir.
Ma'am, the more you.
Okay, can you call security? Did you have an appointment?
I don't need an appointment to be here, ma'am.
No, you don't. But
Yeah.
you need some help, you can go ahead and fill out a sheet.
Okay. Actually, that's part of the reason that I'm here to do an employee conduct check, and so far you're proving me right. Ma'am, what's your name?
Please don't come in here. Can you step away? I asked you more than once not to film me.
What's your name? Did you call the security person? You did? How's it going, sir? I'm good. How are you?
If you want to record me as I'm speaking.
I'm sorry?
This is a private building.
My-
At this point, this is a verbal trespass. We're going to have to ask you to leave. If you refuse, which you might will, we'll just call CPD and
Have your name?
I will not be answering any questions.
May I have your
However,
name?
At this time, you are trespassing.
Do you work for the public?
I can provide you my name.
Do you work for the public?
I just said I am not a law enforcement officer.
It doesn't
I do
matter.
not need to provide you any
By yourself when you engage a member of the public.
This time you are trespassing.
Okay.
Please leave the building.
This is public property.
This is not public property.
Listen.
This building, this entity is public.
Exactly.
But this building is privately owned.
You just answered my
This
question.
land, this
Public
time,
property.
it's trespassing.
You can't trespass me from public property.
If you call 911, you can feel free to stand around until they arrive.
Do what you want to do. Okay? You need to understand that.
Believe what you want, sir.
The fact that you're ignorant about that is telling. It's telling. Like you said, it's a public entity. So that makes this space a public space. All right?
Just
Okay? To see how you respond to members of the public that want to observe you during the course of your duties. And so far, you've proven that you have no idea who the public
you are
are.
trespassing.
Okay.
Anytime you're willing to leave.
I heard you the first time.
Might be 15, 20 minutes before CPD.
I heard you the first time. Maybe they can educate you that I have a right to be here.
No. They're going to ask you to leave as well.
Okay. We'll wait for them.
I see you cheat this time.
Oh, why CHA this time? Because CHA is a public entity.
So you're just an auditor for all public agencies?
Every government agency. Yeah.
Cool.
Every government agency.
Well, you're perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Just stand by.
Sounds good.
Try not to bother anybody.
People actually bother me. It's the other way around. Okay. What's your name again? Are you still not going to identify yourself? Even though you're a public
I
servant?
don't need to.
Okay, I'm going to FOIA your name then. But it's more professional to identify yourself to members of the public.
I don't need to
Okay.
answer your questions.
So I know who I'm speaking with. I'm sorry?
I do not need to answer your questions.
That's your right. That's your right.
This is how CHA staff decided to treat the public, and now you see why cameras matter. They refused to identify themselves, denied a regular citizen the chance to exercise his basic rights in a taxpayer-funded building. Then the police they called showed up. Let's see how that played out. Oh.
Well, nice to meet you.
Sir, you gotta go.
I have to go. I have to go? And why is that? May I have your name first?
177.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, you can't, if there is need to leave, you have to leave.
Sir, this is public space. Okay? Space is if I violate the law. Okay? If I commit a crime, that's when you can trespass someone from public property. It's an amendment right to record public employees. And the courts have established that. We can come in and record you. So just because they don't like it, doesn't mean they have the right to kick me out of here.
Well, unfortunately,
Okay.
when I gave you the warning that you're not allowed to go into why
This is
Only certain parts are public. Certain
Okay.
parts are not.
Okay, if you're going to go that way, to be deemed inaccessible to the public, it has to be clearly marked restricted. If it's not marked,
Well, I think.
to be officially marked.
Sir,
It has
sir,
to be officially marked.
If you don't leave,
Okay.
you're going to get arrested.
I'm going to get arrested
Yeah.
for being in
You're
the
going to
public.
sign complaints.
That where I have the right
It's
to be.
not a public space. Where you went was not public.
Where?
That's fine.
Okay, where's the restriction? That's the only way you can restrict my movement in a public space. It has to be. There have to be a sign. All right. Okay, go ahead and violate my rights under United States Code.
120.
You cannot construe a constitutionally protected activity into a crime. And yeah, get your supervisor, please.
We had a subject for criminal trespass to CHA property when feasible. I am the supervisor.
Get your supervisor. I'm officially asking for your supervisor.
I don't have anything for you guys from up here.
The courts have ruled that you cannot construe a constitutionally protected activity into a court in public. And you have just threatened me with arrest for exercising my rights.
Where did he go?
Just to be clear, there are no signs here that says restricted.
I advised you on your video.
You can just tell me it's restricted without it actually being restricted. All right? Okay. Make sure I get your name. What you should be doing, sir, is upholding your oath. You swore an oath to defend the U.S. Constitution, and that includes my First Amendment right. And so far, you are violating your oath. Loud and clear. I have it on camera.
I advise again, you're going to have to check it. That is protocol.
That may be a
Why
policy.
don't you come on over here and sign in?
I'll give you my name. I can sign in.
No, the policy.
No, the policy says sign in. The policy doesn't say I should give you my ID. I'm going to stand over here.
Well, then now you are trespassing. At least if you go sign in, you have to argue.
Yeah. All right, let's go that route. Sign in. So the sergeant here thinks that he can take me to jail, and he will learn the hard way. He will learn the hard way that he cannot do that. Did you call your supervisor?
Hey, I'm just trying to get clarification. Is the train stopped at North Flyline? For that person, what train?
Last chance. Otherwise you're getting locked up.
Did you call your supervisor? You have to call your supervisor when I ask for one, sir. So this sign that you guys just put up. Sign. Hello. Yeah, may I have your name and your badge number?
The citizen got arrested immediately after officers from Chicago PD arrived. I don't know why they acted so fast in this situation, but once again, it was clearly a bad arrest. No one should be blocked or thrown out just for entering a public building, and no one should be cuffed and taken in for simply exercising constitutional rights on public property. This citizen was stopped without any legal reason, and now he may file a federal lawsuit under 42 U.S. Code Section 1983 to defend his rights. Oh, there's no federal or state law banning filming in public. But as you'll see in this video and countless others, the very first people to violate citizens' rights are often the police or public employees. This audit took place at the 41st Precinct in Bronx, New York. The auditor just wanted to film in public areas to test if NYPD respected First Amendment rights. But before he could even do that, here's the excuse he got.
of this. They don't even anymore. It's all just blocked off. You see that?
How can I help you? Okay.
What's your name and badge number?
Officer Diaz,
Your badge number?
18508.
The public is not allowed to go in anymore?
2 reasons going on.
What do you mean?
What I mean is,
You talking about the racial tension?
You let inside. You can't just. One reason.
You said COVID. What's the other one?
One good reason was this prison was a target of a search.
Wow. God bless.
That was 2020, beginning of the year.
Wow.
So that reason and COVID.
I
And
see.
everything else is going on, you know. Someone.
Show smiles. This is notoriously one of the most dirtiest precincts. This in the 43rd. I believe he did an audit on the 43rd. If I'm not.
Well, after watching a bunch of these audits, one thing's clear: any excuse can be abused to stop someone from exercising their rights. In this case, officers said someone once fired a gun at the station. But come on, does that mean every citizen now has to suffer because of what one person did? Oh, no.
How do you keep victims private? Like if somebody comes and they a victim on the sidewalk?
Well, if it's a victim, they more than likely will come in escorted by an officer. If it's a walk-in with a legitimate report, yeah, we let them in.
Okay.
Like if you're here for a report, gentlemen before you, yeah.
It's crazy. This world we live in is crazy. We're gonna take one more trip around. So far so good. I've only been greeted by one officer and he's passing so far. He doesn't get very cordial, which is good, you know.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Are you taking video?
On a story.
What kind of story?
I don't want to disclose that yet until it's published.
Okay. It just seems kind of odd.
Why?
Not a lot of people do that.
Not a lot of people eat steak.
And the cars.
Not a lot of
It's very
people.
odd.
Not a lot of people eat steak and tuna, but it happens. Tuna fish.
Not in this world, in this day and age, with everything that's going on. That seems kind of odd to me.
Camera.
You sure about that?
In the 21st century, a person with a camera is odd.
Well, recording police that is odd. You gotta admit.
Nah, these are my cars. I pay for these cars.
Okay.
Yeah, and I can request those too.
Okay, that's fine.
You recorded me, I'm recording you.
You're being recorded right now.
Everywhere we go,
Isn't that crazy?
we're being recorded. It's not odd.
Big brother watching.
That's right. It's not odd. It happens every day.
I don't know.
I'm just a public citizen walking in public.
Okay.
You understand? These are my cars.
I just thought I'd ask.
Every police station you go to, there's like a. That's about.
Police car running?
Yeah, all the cars are off, so I'm surprised. There's usually a car running. Maybe they go in and out, who knows, but
Not here.
we pay for that gas, so I don't understand why they got this running.
Well, the city controller.
The comptroller?
The city controller.
They don't like me either.
Oh.
In public buildings, I don't get it.
Something you normally do?
Check on our government, our public workers, yeah. I'd rather not disclose it. I appreciate your cordialness though. So am I, that's why I'm checking up on you guys.
I thought it would stay professional, but you see, this officer thought it was weird for a citizen to have a camera in public. Personally, I don't think it's weird for a citizen to do what they're perfectly allowed to do. The only thing that's weird is that the NYPD has been restricting our civil rights for reasons that go back to the beginning. So we've just met an officer who is basically ignorant of civil rights. Let's meet officer right there, who is not only ignorant of civil rights, but also unprofessional.
Up here he comes. See what he says.
Hey, let me ask you something.
What you saying? What's your name and badge number?
Why are you recording?
What's your name and badge number?
It's right there. Why are you recording?
How do you spell that? R-I-T? Right there. What's your badge number?
Why are you recording? Well, what's going on?
You approach me, you don't want to identify yourself?
Well, why are you
Is that how you'll tell the judge? Is that how you identify yourself?
What is it that you need?
I don't need anything.
So why are you recording?
Why not?
All right, just keep this clear because we have emergency.
I have been. I have been. I'm right here behind this line, as you can see. You identify yourself, officer, unless your last name is right there. That's some No, I have a question. How many officers have the last name right there?
Where?
How many officers have the last name right there? Badge number they say right there. So I take it that's their last name? There must be a lot of them, right? What's your name and badge number? I thought your last name was gonna be right there too. You guys got a lot of officers with the last name right there. Say, officer, what's your name and badge number? He says right there. You got a lot of officers with that name. Remember, you took an oath to the Constitution. Thanks for respecting that. I appreciate you. God bless you. Stay safe.
Every time a camera shows up, someone's lack of professionalism gets exposed. That's the real reason they're scared of being filmed, not privacy like they claim. But no matter the excuse, filming in public is a legal right. Like it or not, the law protects it. Freedom isn't just for the few brave enough to speak up. It's a vital tool to keep law enforcement transparent and accountable. Thanks for watching till the end. Never forget, your rights are untouchable. Like and subscribe if you're with me on this journey to keep fighting for civil liberties in every video we share.